Hey everybody, I'm going to read the book Yossi and Label Hot on the Trail. The author is Dino Rosenfeld and the illustrator is Norman Nodell. Listen very closely to the words and you'll see something. Here we go. Yossi blinked, rubbed his eyes, and sat up in his chair. What's the matter? He called out. What's wrong over there? A small girl in tears stood behind their front bush, her little doll carriage too broken to push. Do you hear that it's a rhyming book? Come on, Yossi shouted to his older brother. Let's fix it and send the girl home to her mother. You're kidding, said Label. It's much, much too hot. Why should I leave my chair and my nice shady spot? I need ice and cold drinks and I simply can't budge. Then Yossi's sharp elbow gave Label a nudge. You know there's a mitzvah to help every Jew no matter what and no matter who. With any size problem or any request, this will just take a minute and then you can rest. Well, okay, agreed Label, but after 1 minute, it's back to my chair and I'm sitting down in it. The poor little carriage was tipped on its side. One wheel was off and it just wouldn't ride. The boys looked around it, beside and behind it, and one screw was missing and they couldn't find it. Yossi said to the girl, wait right here, please do, while my brother and I go to buy a new screw. Now hold on, said Label. You can't go alone. Our parents won't let you, and I'm staying home. No, you're not, answered Yossi. We'll see this thing through. Because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. And Yossi set off in a rush down the street with Label behind him dragging his feet. The big hardware store was empty that day. The boys found the screw and went over to pay. When the store owner said, boys, that screw is for free if you'll just find the time to do something for me. Today I left home in this terrible heat, forgetting my lunchbox, and now I can't eat. Would you please go next door to the kosher bakery and buy some brown bread and 3 muffins for me? Yossi said we can go if my brother wants to. Oh, great, muttered Label. What else can I do when I know there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who? So they set off at once to the bakery shop with the screw in a bag and the money on top. The bakery felt like an oven inside through the doors and the windows, though the doors and the windows were all wide open. The baker could hardly barely stand on his feet or take a deep breath in the stifling heat. Yossi brought the food and then asked the poor man, excuse me, Mr. Baker, don't you have a fan? Well, I did, wheezed the baker, but now it won't run. And my old friend the butcher said he'd give me one. But at this busy time, I just can't leave my store. And he wiped his red face and he stared at the front floor. Yossi and Label just looked at each other. Then Label grinned down at his little brother. Don't say it, Yossi. I know what we'll do, because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. We'll bring back that fan in a minute or two. So Label and Yossi set off with the screw and the loaf of brown bread and the 3 muffins too. Before long they came to the front butcher's store, and a blast of cold air greeted them at the door. From the back of the store came a screech and a scream. And where was the butcher? Nowhere to be seen. Just 2 children covered from face to feet with splatters of goo and chunks of red meat. Sorry, boys, said the butcher, but my wife's away and I'm watching my 2-year-old twins for the day. They have nothing to play with, no puzzle or ball, so I can't get any work done here at all. Well, sir, began Label, we came for the fan, but we'd both like to help you out if we can. Just because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what or no matter who. We'll go to the toy store and look for some toys, something that's fun for your twin boys. And off went those two with a mitzvah to do, holding fan, brown bread, muffins, and one little screw. At the counter, they asked for a box of crayons to puzzles, a ball, and some blocks. The lady said those things are on the third shelf. I'm afraid that today you must get them yourself. My shoelaces tore. I've nothing to use in place of my shoelaces to tie up my shoes. Label paid for the toys and then said, never fear. I know of a shoe store that's right around here. We'll run there and get you a new pair of laces. The lady smiled down at their hot and tired faces. Don't you boys have anything else you must do? That's okay, answered Yossi. We want to help you. Just because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what, no matter who. So Yossi and Label were soon on their way with the size of the laces, some money to pay, the crayons to puzzles, some blocks and a ball, the fan, loaf of bread, muffins, small screw, and all. They came to the shoe store and picked the right pack of laces for ladies' shoes right off the rack. As they paid him, the shoemaker asked with a frown, have you boys been walking all through the town? Perhaps you have seen my granddaughter near here. She's been gone for an hour, and I really fear that she's lost or she's hurt, and I really can't wait, so I'm going to search before it gets late. Label was worried, and Yossi was too. What does she look like? We'll find her for you, because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what or no matter who. Well, said the shoemaker, she's really quite small, and she's pushing a toy carriage with her best doll. The boys began laughing till tears filled their eyes, and the shoemaker stared at them both in surprise. Label said, Mr. Shoemaker, please do not worry. We'll bring your granddaughter back in a hurry. We know where she is and just why she is late. I'm afraid it's our fault for making her wait. So Yossi and Label started to run, up again, back again, in the hot sun. In again, out again, right through each door, dashing up again, about again, into each store. Shoelaces for the one selling the toys, toys for the butcher's two little boys, fan for the baker to cool off the heat, bread for the hardware store owner to eat. Then they ran with that one little screw and fixed up the doll carriage as good as new. They told the girl, grandfather's waiting for you. We'll walk you right to him. That's just what we'll do, because there's a mitzvah to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. When the boys came back home, they found warm lemonade. The ice cubes have melted. There was no more shade. The chairs were all sticky and hot from the sun. Then their mother came out and looked at each one. Oh boy, she said, you seem so tired and hot. I think I can fix that. Just look what I've got. Their mother unrolled the long garden hose and sprinkled them both on the grass in their clothes. Soon their father drove up and said, what a hot day. Look what I brought home for you two on my way. 2 ice cream cones with 4 flavors each. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, and peach. Then Label said, Yossi, I see it is true that sometimes someone will be sure to help you if you do your best to help every Jew, no matter what and no matter who. Thank you, everybody, for listening.